Have you ever found yourself pouring your heart out in prayer, begging, pleading, hoping, only to be met with silence? That heavy, crushing silence that feels like the universe itself has turned away. Why do some prayers echo unanswered, while others seem to manifest effortlessly? What invisible force governs this sacred dance between your soul's deepest cries and the response that never comes? Today, we are diving into a profound mystery hidden within the shadows of spiritual wisdom, the unseen reasons why some prayers remain unheard. This is not a story of luck, faith, or divine neglect. It is an ancient truth whispered across centuries by mystics, shamans, and sages, one that challenges the very way you understand connection, intention, and spiritual alignment. In this video, you will journey beyond the surface of traditional belief. We will unravel ancient teachings and esoteric insights that reveal how the spiritual laws, energetic blockages, and the alignment of your inner world shape the answers you receive. You'll discover how the silence in your prayers might actually be a sacred message, a cosmic correction, or a call to deeper transformation. So, if you've ever felt lost in your spiritual quest, questioning why your pleas seem to vanish into the void, stay with me, because what you're about to learn could forever change how you pray and how you receive. Before we begin this journey, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss the hidden wisdom waiting to unfold here. Now, let's step into the mystery. Since the dawn of human consciousness, the act of prayer has been more than mere words spoken into the void. Across cultures and epochs, prayer has been regarded as a sacred bridge, a conduit between the finite self and the infinite divine. Yet, paradoxically, many traditions warn that this bridge is fragile, its flow governed by unseen laws and subtle energies beyond ordinary understanding. In ancient Egypt, the concept of Ma'at, the principle of cosmic order and balance, was central to spiritual practice. Prayers that disrupted Ma'at, or that emerged from chaos within the soul, were believed to falter or even invite negative consequences. The universe demanded harmony, and only prayers aligned with this sacred order found their way to fulfillment. Similarly, in the mystical traditions of Kabbalah, the Sephirot, 10 emanations of divine will reflect the layers through which divine energy descends into our world. Here, prayer is not a simple request, but a dynamic interaction that depends on the spiritual vessels within the practitioner. If those vessels are blocked by impurity, ego, or imbalance, the prayer's energy cannot descend fully, leaving it unanswered. Eastern philosophies offer their own profound insights. In Taoism, the Tao is the natural flow of the universe, an invisible current that cannot be forced. Prayer, then, is less about commanding outcomes and more about attuning oneself to this flow. A prayer born of resistance or desire that clashes with the Tao's rhythm is like a stone thrown upstream. It sinks without ripple. Even the great Christian mystics wrestled with unanswered prayer. Teresa of Avila wrote of the dark night of the soul, a period where divine silence was itself a sacred teaching, a refining fire that strips away illusions and deepens faith beyond words. Across these diverse traditions, a common thread emerges: prayer is not a transaction but a sacred dialogue, an energetic exchange that demands inner alignment, humility, and awareness of spiritual laws. It is this delicate interplay that determines why some prayers soar like morning birds, while others fall silent in the shadows. Imagine your prayer as a beacon of light cast into an immense dark ocean. For your message to reach the distant shore of the divine, the beam must be strong, clear, and aligned. But what if the lens through which you send this light is cracked or clouded? The message scatters, weakens, or fades before arrival. At the heart of unanswered prayer lies the principle of spiritual alignment, the harmony between your inner state and the cosmic laws that govern spiritual flow. Your beliefs, emotions, and subconscious patterns create an energetic field that either resonates with divine frequency or clashes with it. One of the most common obstacles is energetic blockages, unseen barriers formed from unresolved trauma, deep-seated fears, guilt, or subconscious resistance. These act like knots in a thread, constricting the free flow of your prayer's energy. Even the most heartfelt words cannot pierce this veil. Another key aspect is the intention behind your prayer. Are you praying from a place of desperation, control, or attachment? Or is your heart open in surrender and trust? Prayer fueled by egoic desire is like shouting into a storm, lost in the noise. True prayer requires humility and release. The law of cause and effect also plays a role. Some prayers remain unanswered because their fulfillment would disrupt karmic balance or soul lessons yet to be learned. The universe, in its wisdom, withholds answers not to punish but to guide you toward growth. Finally, there is divine timing. Answers may be delayed not because they are denied, but because you are not yet ready to receive them. The silence holds space for transformation, preparing you for what is truly meant to unfold. Understanding these factors is crucial. Unanswered prayers are not signs of abandonment, but mirrors reflecting your inner landscape and readiness for deeper spiritual awakening. Beyond alignment and timing, unanswered prayers carry deeper, often paradoxical meanings that challenge our understanding of spiritual communication. One of these is the concept of divine wisdom, surpassing human desire. What we ask for may not always serve our highest good, even if it feels urgent and necessary. The universe, with its vast intelligence, may withhold answers to guide us toward paths we cannot yet see, paths of growth, healing, and transformation. This is closely linked to the phenomenon known as the dark night of the soul. Here, the silence itself becomes a sacred teacher, pushing the seeker into confrontation with their shadows, those hidden fears, attachments, or illusions that must be faced before true spiritual evolution can occur. The unanswered prayer becomes a crucible, stripping away false hopes and forging inner strength. Another layer to consider is the interconnectedness of all beings. Prayers ripple through a collective energetic web. Sometimes, what we desire might conflict with the greater harmony or the free will of others. The cosmic balance ensures that one answered prayer does not disrupt the flow for many, which explains why some requests remain unanswered, not as a rejection, but as a measure to maintain equilibrium. Additionally, spiritual ego can subtly block prayers. When prayers are laced with pride, entitlement, or manipulation, seeking to use divine forces for personal gain or validation, the universe's response is silence. Authentic prayer must come from a place of vulnerability and sincerity, not from a desire to control or boast. Lastly, there is the profound role of gratitude and acceptance. When we cultivate gratitude, even in the absence of answers, we shift our vibration from lack to abundance. This shift opens unseen doors, inviting grace in unexpected forms. Often, unanswered prayers transform into blessings disguised as lessons in patience, resilience, and deeper faith. Embracing these layers helps us see unanswered prayers not as failures, but as profound spiritual invitations, calls to awaken, surrender, and trust the mysterious wisdom that governs all. Now that we've explored the deep spiritual reasons behind unanswered prayers, it's time to bring this wisdom into your daily life. Here are 5 powerful practices to realign your inner world, clear energetic blocks, and cultivate a prayer life rooted in surrender and trust. 1. Begin with stillness and presence. Before you pray, create a moment of silence. Close your eyes and focus on your breath, grounding yourself in the present. This stillness calms the mind and opens your energetic channels, allowing your prayer to flow from a clear, centered place rather than scattered thoughts or anxiety. 2. Clarify your intentions. Write down your prayers and explore what lies beneath them. Are they coming from fear, need, or control? Shift your focus to intentions grounded in growth, healing, or service. When your prayers align with higher purpose rather than egoic desire, their energy resonates more deeply. 3. Practice surrender. After voicing your prayer, consciously release attachment to the outcome. Visualize letting your prayer float like a leaf on a stream, free and trusting the current. This act of surrender opens space for divine timing and unforeseen blessings. 4. Cultivate gratitude daily. Make gratitude a foundation of your spiritual practice. Thank the universe not only for answered prayers, but also for the lessons found in silence. Gratitude shifts your energy and invites more grace into your life. 5. Engage in shadow work and healing. Since energetic blockages often come from unresolved wounds, commit to inner healing. Journaling, meditation, or therapy can help uncover fears or resistance sabotaging your prayers. Healing these shadows clears your spiritual vessels and deepens your connection. By incorporating these practices, prayer becomes a vibrant, two-way conversation, one that transforms your soul as much as it shapes your reality. The silence that once felt like rejection becomes a sacred space for growth, wisdom, and profound trust. Unanswered prayers are not signs of failure but invitations to grow. They point to inner misalignment, unresolved blocks, or timing beyond our control. By cultivating stillness, clarifying intentions, surrendering outcomes, practicing gratitude, and healing inner wounds, we open ourselves to true spiritual connection. Remember, prayer is less about controlling answers and more about transforming the one who prays. Embrace the silence. It holds the deepest lessons and the greatest potential for awakening. If this message spoke to you, subscribe and join us as we explore more hidden truths that illuminate the soul's path.